How to live in the end. How to overwhelm your current reality with your newly chosen state of being. The state of being of the one who already has it. Because this is all you need to do in order to create a new reality. You need to become the one that already has it. Ignore all of your current circumstances, all of your thoughts, your feelings that tell you otherwise, and live in the state of already having it, of it being already done. The universe always gives you who you are. It does not give you what you want. For everything you want, everything you desire, is still based on lack. It still comes from this feeling of not having it. So that is what the universe will reflect back to you, not having it. More experiences that will make you feel the same sense of lack. So it makes sense then that all you have to do is overcome that and become the one that actually already has it. So I want to take you to the simple process of how I do this and how you can actually live in the end, how you can actually become the one that already has it. So take out a piece of paper and a pen. And if you cannot, then pause this video and write it down in your notes. So the first step is always clarity. You need to know what it is that you want. So I want you to write down the thing that you desire. This can be a simple object, or this can be a completely new life. But write it down in detail. What does this desired reality of yours look like? If you just want to manifest a car, then you can simply write down that car. If you want a whole new life, then write down in detail what would be different in your life and what it would look like. Where are you? Who are you with? What are you doing? And to be honest, you actually don't have to write this down. If you are very clear on what it is that you want, then you don't have to write it down. Your intention is clear. But for the sake of clarity and for the sake of just putting it out there on a piece of paper, you can write it down. And then as you became clear, it is now time to become clear on the one that you need to become in order to manifest it. So ask yourself the question, who would I be if this was already done? How would I feel if this was already done? So write down on a piece of paper thoughts, feelings, behaviors, and beliefs. And then we start with feelings. How would you feel if you already lived in this desired reality? What feelings, what emotions would you feel if you already had the object that you desired? Would you feel gratitude? Would you feel freedom? A sense of love for life, passion, happiness, empowerment, confidence, whatever it is that you believe you would feel, write it down. Become super clear on how you would feel. And then do the same with your thoughts. How would you think? How would you think about yourself? How would you think about life? Was this already done? You created this new reality. It is right here in front of you. It is the truth now. How would you think? And do the same with behaviors. Write down the behaviors that you would be performing in this new reality. Become super clear on how you would act. How would you walk? How would you talk? And how would you show up with other people? Write down some of those behaviors that you would perform where it is already done. And now as we move on to beliefs, this is the most subconscious one. So here you need to dig deep. What would you need to believe in order to create this reality? So if you want to attract a partner, for example, then you would need to believe that you are worthy of attracting a partner. Then you would need to believe that you are beautiful, that you are good enough, that you have a lot to offer. Whatever it is, I want you to sit down. If you cannot find it right away, then close your eyes, sit down and dig deep and ask yourself, what would the person in this reality believe? And now let's move on. Take another piece of paper and write down the exact same words. Thoughts, feelings, behaviors, beliefs. Now we are going to become clear on the old self. Everything that does not belong in this new reality. So write down the thoughts you cannot be thinking anymore. The thoughts that do not belong to that future. The feelings that you can no longer feel anymore. The feelings that have created your current reality. The reality that you want changed. So if you want to attract that new partner, then you can no longer feel this sense of loneliness. You can no longer feel this sense of lack. You cannot feel it because it will only be reflected back to you. You will not attract that partner living in that state of being. The behaviors that you can no longer be performing, write them down. Become super clear on the old self, the self that does not belong in your desired reality. What do you believe? What has kept you stuck for so long? If you believe that you are not worthy of receiving love, and those beliefs can come from childhood experiences. If your parents didn't give you love, never showed you appreciation, then it is a big chance that you do not feel worthy of receiving love. You need to dig deep here. Sit with yourself. Become aware of those beliefs that are now limiting you, stopping you, keeping you stuck from creating that reality that you desire. And write it all down. This is the step to becoming super clear on who you can no longer be. And as you wrote down everything, you became clear on who you need to become and who you can no longer be. Now the work begins. So in the beginning, it may feel difficult. Like, how am I gonna tune into that new state of being? How am I going to feel those emotions when it is not yet here? This is where meditation comes in. You want to sit down, you want to meditate. You want to overcome this overthinking mind that is constantly active. Take some deep breaths, become aware of your breath, enter the present moment. And then from there, you want to start to visualize yourself living already in that reality. Make it so vivid that your body, over time as you sit there, does not know the difference anymore between a real experience and the imagined experience. See it. See yourself living that reality. See yourself standing in front of the object. See yourself being in the place that shows you that it is already done. And bring up consciously, with the power of your will and with the help of your visualization, those feelings that you will feel where it is already true. Put a smile on your face and feel the actual gratitude for already having it. Become so familiar with this new state of being. Tune into it. Become that person in your meditation, in your visualization. And do not open your eyes until you truly feel it. And this I recommend to do every day. Do it every morning. Do it in the moments when you feel you are falling back into that old state. Do it before you go to bed to reprogram yourself to become that person. Over time, you will start to become that person. But one of the most important things is what you do outside of your meditations. What are you doing throughout your day? You will maybe be meditating 1 hour a day, but what are you doing the other 15 hours of your day that you are awake? Are you living in that state of being? Are you living in the end? Or as soon as you open your eyes and you see the circumstances that you are not happy with, you fall back in the old way of thinking. You fall back into those old feelings. You fall back into those old behaviors. That is why you want to become familiar with this new state of being by meditation. Recognize it, tune into it, and then from there, throughout your day, stay true to it, stay loyal to it. Set the intention to live in this state of being throughout your whole day. Ignore everything you see that tells you otherwise. Every time a thought comes up, that does not belong to your desired reality. Catch it. Catch it as soon as you can. Break the pattern and step back into your new way of thinking. Same with feelings. Whenever you feel a feeling that does not belong to your future, you want to become aware of it as quickly as you can and do whatever it takes to come back into that feeling of gratitude, into that feeling of your desired reality. And over time, as you do this, as you overcome yourself, you catch yourself many times, you will start to reprogram yourself to a new way of thinking, to a new way of feeling, to a new way of behaving. You will actually change your state of being. You will overcome the old self and become the new self. And this new state of being, everything that you wrote down, the one that already has it, will start to become your new baseline. The old self will start to come up way and way less. And you will start to send out this new signal into the field, the signal of already having it. So as you combine your meditations to tuning in and this practice throughout the day of catching yourself and stepping back into your new state of being, you will over time start to send out a new signal. And that signal will be reflected back to you in physical form. This is the law. This is the way creation works. This is the way you have created all of your current circumstances. Why not do it consciously now? Choose your new state of being. Become the one that already has it. Live in the end. Overwhelm everything you see, everything you think, everything you feel with your desired reality. Feel only what you want to feel. Think only what you want to think. Act as the one that already has it to the best of your ability and ignore everything that tells you otherwise. This is the way. So, thank you for listening, my friend. If you need help with meditation, with visualization, to step into that new state of being, to become familiar with it, to tune into that new frequency, then check out this meditation I've made. I'm sure it will help. Thank you so much and good luck.